Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I am going to show you how to set up Duende Identity Server. Built-in Identity Server 4 is actually work in ASP.NET Core, but ASP.NET Core 5, I mean to say that ASP.NET Core 5 is converted into Duende Identity Server, and this is the paid, but you can use for the development purpose and the other credentials. You have to use Duende Identity Server 5 by using in ASP.NET Core. So there is the quick start guide to view and set up your Duende Identity Server in ASP.NET Core. That is very easy steps you can do. So here we have overview of Duende Identity Server in the quick start. And this is the adding Duende Identity Server to an ASP.NET Core application, configuring Duende Identity Server, issuing tokens for validation client, various clients, and there is the command to initial the templates of Duende Identity Server. So first of all, open your command prompt to set up your Duende Identity Server. So before going to this command, first of all add a new MVC project in your Visual Studio Code, So first of all, just copy that command and paste that command in your command prompt. And must before pasting your command, must to install CLI, Microsoft CLI in your command prompt in your system. So that is installed already. So following template package will be installed: Duende.identityserver.templates. Duende.identity.templates is already installed version 6.1.1. It will be replaced with the version 6.2.0. So here we have a template names Duende. These are JavaScript, identity empty, quick start UI, and lots of like entity framework store. So in this video tutorial, just I'm going to start from beginning. So there is the already have a templates that with the entity framework store, but in this video tutorial, just I'm going to start from the beginning for the beginners. So just install UI. Before installing UI package of the Duende Identity Server, must to add a MVC project in your Visual Studio. So the configure your new project in a project name that is Duende Identity Software, or you can say Duende Software.identity. The project name is .identity in the Duende Software, and I'm using 6.0 framework for this types of application, but in this later videos I will use 7.0. So here we have a Duende Software.identity MVC project, and just open that project in folder options, and here you can create a UI folder or any other name of the folder, because in this folder just I'm going to add Duende Software's templates. So here we have a UI folder, and in the UI folder, first of all, just copy that path and paste it here by using the change directory command in the command prompt. But so you can use cd and the path of the UI folder. So here we have. Now just I'm going to add ISUI template right at here. So just you can use .NET .NET space new space ISUI, and you can see that ISUI, I mean to say that assets of UI is already added into your UI folder. So here we have a pages and www root folder. So just move that pages and www root in your root directory. So apply all the items and just replace all www root folders with the Duende Identity Softwares. So just remove the UI folder also. Now it's not removed because a command prompt was already used that folder, or you can say that directory. Now after that you can see that all the razor pages are there in the pages folder. So first of all, configure your identity in your project. So if you want to add identity in your project, so you can use application db context class, connection string, and register that connection string in program.cs file as well. So all these things you can do by easy steps. And you know that application db context is actually inherited with the identity db context class, and identity db context is actually exist in Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity.entity framework core. So if you want to install identity package, then you can install a Duende Identity Software package also. So here we have a Duende.identity server.entity framework package, but if you can see that Duende.identity server.entity framework is actually used for entity framework store packages. So there is no because identity db context is actually existing entity framework core package, so there is a no resolve issues is there by using Duende softwares. So this is the part of the built-in identity, Microsoft identity. So here you can use identity server instead of entity framework core. So entity framework. So first of all, install Duende.identity server, that is package, and here we have a entity framework with the, so just remove this. So just uninstall this, and keep Duende.identity server as well as SQL server as well as tools as well as identity.entity framework core. Also these packages are required for configuring your Duende identity server. So first of all, install identity. So here we have a Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity.entity framework core, that is the package. And the next one is the SQL server, and then last one is the tools package. You must to install it. So here you can use to resolve problems first of all by using Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity.entity framework core, and create a constructor by using ctur ASP snippets, and in which you can add db context options, and in the db context options just pass that connection string to the base class. So db context options, application db context options :base, and here you can see options. Now after that you have to add application user in the section. So here we have prop db set application user, and the class name is application user. And application user is actually inherited with the identity user class. Okay, that's fine. Now the next one is, here you can use application user, and the db set have with the application user, or you can say that make a public property of for the application user, that is application users. So everything is fine, and there we have some terms to configure identity server, Duende identity server. So in the Duende identity server we need to require uh, like identity resources, like scopes, like clients. So in this video, just I am going to add first of all built-in identity, and after that we just configure Duende Identity Server. So here you can see that here we have the tools package, Microsoft.Entity Framework Core.tools, and here we have there is the lowest version 6.1.0. But you notice that all these packages are 1 point ahead, like 6.0.11. So first of all, update all these packages in the last version of 6, that is ASP.NET Core.Identity.Entity Framework Core 6.0.11 is the package. So here we have. So you can notice that all these packages, these are the required packages in configuring your Duende Identity Server. So just I am going to add 6.0.11, or you can say 6.0.11 is the highest version of package of the Entity Framework Core 6.0. So here we have. So everything is fine. Now just go for the next part, that is the connection string part, and you can just add the connection string and change the name of the database. And already we have the code snippet in the tools, and you can notice that here we have a connection string application DB connection, and the database name just must to change it with the identity server, or you can say that Duende Identity Server Setup DB. Okay, so this is the name of the database, and you have to configure or you can say register that connection string in a program.cs file. So just open program.cs file and configure your built-in identity. First of all, register that connection string by using by adding application DB context. So here we have a code snippet for your configuring your connection string in program.cs file. So builder.services.add DB context, application DB context options, use SQL Server, builder.configuration.get connection string, and here we have. The next part is to configure your identity. So here we have the builder.services.add identity. So finally, built-in identity you have to set up by using builder.service.add identity. So in this video tutorial, just I'm going to add in the pipeline, that is add identity server, as well as you can use identity server. So in the pipeline, and you know that all these are Duende Identity Server added razor pages. So you can use map razor pages in the pipeline if you want to add razor pages in the pipeline. So just you can use app.use razor pages, sorry, map razor pages, and also you have to add identity server. So identity server is here you can use add app.use identity server instead of add identity server, because this is the pipelining. So in the service you have to use add identity server, but there is no need if you want to configure built-in identity server. So if you want to set up identity server, then there is to need lots of things to configure your identity server, like client, like resources, like scope. So lots of things to require to set up identity server. So before going to set up identity server, first of all done migration and all such things like map razor pages, add razor pages, and run your built-in identity server first of all before going to add identity server, and also require to some terms to set up your identity server. So the next part will be using setup identity server in ASP.NET Core MVC project. So here we have. So finally migration is done. Now comment this section before adding identity server, because it's not run if you add identity server in the pipeline, because there is a lots of required services to inject as a dependency in the identity server. So welcome to Duende Identity Server. There is a setup is complete, and in the next video I will configure your identity server. Okay, so thank you for watching this, and please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon also. Thank you very much for watching.